I'm on the ShadowReapers PvPvE server on the Afghanistan map, and I'm taking off from Kala, heading to do some suppression of enemy air defence. This is quite a short runway. It's more like a FARP in the middle of town, so I've got to be careful not to hit the buildings as soon as I take off. Alright, gear up, flaps up, and I've got to head 80 miles to my target. Attacking SAMs isn't really what the A-10 is built for, but I'm going to give it my best shot. As I get to the target zone, I'm about 30 miles away. I'll start scanning with my TGP. I can see the FARP. It looks like some vehicles around it, so I'll stick some waypoints on these. Scanning around a bit more. There's a headquarters building and some more armoured vehicles. It looks like there's some infantry, possibly manpads down there too. I've got to look around, see if I can find this radar. No sign of it. So I'm going to call for some smoke. This should make my job a lot easier.
Red smoke has been deployed on the targets where you at.
A little bit of red smoke should pop up in a second, and I can stick my TGP on it and kill whatever's there. I don't see any red smoke. I see red ground. The side of the hills there are red. It's a bit of an Afghanistan trait. I don't really see any red smoke anywhere. Should be a big plume of red smoke poking up above the target. Am I blind?
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, I think I see a little red spot right there. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of smoke just in the valley, so I'm going to turn 90 degrees. I don't want to fly any closer to the target. If I can get a good line of sight on that. It's getting masked a bit because my TGP's on my right wing, so I need to jiggle the plane around left and right to try and keep the eyeball of the TGP down that valley. See some stuff down there. Looks like some trucks, launchers, possibly. I think that's the radar truck. So let's get that marked. Maps on target. Come back around, fly straight down the valley. Send a maverick. Locked on and rifle. I'm going to brake left, keep my TGP on there so I can see what's going on, particularly if there's any missile launches. Just getting masked by the hill now.
Excellent job. You completed the mission successfully. Land at a friendly base to claim your XP reward.
And that's Shat, so let's pick the next mission, get those armoured vehicles.
Your designated waypoint is 26. Adjust your heading as required.
Since I've got them marked, I can get my TGP on them pretty quick, and I'll send them some mavericks. Let's rifle one on that tank. There's an infantry vehicle there. Rifle on that. And on to the next mark point. Looks like an infantry vehicle and a tank. So let's try and take the tank first. They're quite close together, so the Maverick is locking onto the BMP. There's nothing else around to target. That's a truck. Keep trying. Once I get a little bit closer, it should lock the tank. Yeah, there we go. Rifle on the tank. Oh, just as they start moving. Let's get that BMP. Rifle on that as well. Let's break away. That's 4 armoured vehicles I've seen down there and fired on. I've got 1 more to get. Let's shack that BMP as well. Cool. Right, where is this last vehicle? Scanning around, going with my TGP. I see the trucks that's still there, so I might as well take those out. I'd rather not spend points on smoke if I can help it, so if I can find this vehicle without spending credits, that'd be cool. Rifle on a truck. Looked like it impacted just behind it, but it's on fire at least, so that should burn out. So it looks like there's a helicopter down there. Probably need to take that out. It's a matter of urgency. So air, sidewinder, lock and fire, and 1 KA-50 killed. Do need to be careful, there is at least 1 vehicle down here still, so I could get shot at down this low, and there's always still a risk of manpads. Something there. Just looks like another truck. Come around on that and give it another guided rocket. That's rifled. And, oh, I've been hit. Something down below me somewhere. Not too badly damaged, but something punched some holes in me down there. So that's the target I was aiming at. So somewhere back along my track, something that shot at me. Down there on the left, that's the SAM site that I launched at the start. That's the radar truck, that's very dead. Let me see if I can find whatever else it is that's down there. Can't see any obvious little dots on the ground. I see it. There is another SAM site, and there's some live trucks. And there's a shilka. So that needs to go. Let's turn around. Given there's a few trucks down there, I think I'll give it a £2,000 bomb. Lined up. And keep my eye on it in the TGP. There's Pickle. Oh, it's firing at me, so I'm going to jig to the side. Firing again. Let's come back the other way. Got it. Oh, and it got me a little bit too. Yeah, lost an engine. It's on fire. Put that out.
Great work. Mission complete. Land at a friendly base to collect your XP reward.
Let's quickly grab the other mission to do those barracks, since they're right here.
Your designated waypoint is 26. Adjust your heading as required.
TGP onto the mark point. Let's come around. Not going to waste any time with these guys. I'm down to one engine, so I'll put the Maverick in one. I'll use the rest of my rockets on the other. Rifle. Rifle all of my rockets, more than enough to take out one barracks. Good impacts, that's on fire. Right. Let's get myself switched back to mission and head for home. That house burnt out.
Fantastic work. Mission finished. Land at a friendly base to receive your XP reward.
Got a fair few holes in me, so I'm going to dump all my remaining weapons and hope I make it the 80 odd miles back to base without getting intercepted. Shilkas do rip up an A-10. Right, eyes on the base. As this is a bit of a sketchy base to land at and I'm not in the best of health, I'm going to try and get myself nicely lined up, a good few miles off the end of the runway, and then just coast down in for a nice gentle landing. gear down and start slowing down. My air brakes are a little bit damaged on one side, so this could be a little bit asymmetrical, so I just need to correct that a little bit. Rudder. You also need to be careful of the power from one engine torquing me around as well, so I want to try and keep it very gentle on the inputs. Runway looks clear. Yeah, there's no one down there taxiing or lining up. Lose a little bit more altitude. Might be a little bit too much. I don't have a radar altimeter, so I'm having to eyeball this as best I can. Oh, yeah, twisted there a little bit with the power. Just get on the end of the runway. Oof. Got Captain Kangaroo. That looks like I'm down. Drag this bird to a stop. It looks like I'll survive. Back safe to base. Thanks for watching. As ever, having a great time playing on the ShadowReapers servers and getting my A-10 battered up by shilkas. Making it back to have another go as soon as my plane's repaired.